Okay, I went ahead and I did one part of my leg. I mean, this is so cute. I really wanted to be sure what I'll be teaching you guys. Okay, so welcome back to the part 2 of this tutorial. We're going to complete what we started in the part 1. In this tutorial, we're going to complete everything. So what we meet to the end, we're going to have our jumpsuit. Okay, so let's do this. So remember here where we did the double crochet row, we did a total of 3 rows, right, of double crochets. So in that middle double crochet, insert your hook and chain 1, and in that same stitch make your first single crochet, and please don't make too much of single crochets here. Okay, we don't want a lot of stitches. Come here and make one single crochet, okay, and you want to mark that first stitch, so just insert your stitch marker and mark the first stitch, and we're just going to keep on working. Come over here. Now we find ourselves on this line here and make a single crochet, next a single crochet, and next a single crochet, next a single crochet. So we're just going to repeat making single crochet all through, okay, just make one single crochet all through, and I'll meet you at the end here to show we're going to close this row. So just keep on working. Okay, yeah, my already at the end, and I wanted to mention that you should make sure that you have an even number. Okay, even number. So I have 49. Let me just make the number 50 here. So number 50. Good. So I have a total of 50 stitches. Now you must not have the same number of stitches like me, but just make sure that you should have a total of 50 stitch an even number. Okay, it should be an even number. And next we're going to begin row number 2, and of course it's our pattern row, so we're going to chain 1 and turn your work, and we're just going to repeat our pattern. Of course we're going to begin with a single crochet. Now I wanted to mention that when you begin with a single crochet, you need to end with a cluster. Okay, so if you begin with a single crochet, make sure you end your row with a cluster. So single crochet, cluster, I want to mark my first stitch and just continue, cluster, and I'm a single crochet here, a cluster here, and you know the pattern now, so you're just going to repeat this all through, and I'll meet you at the end of this video to share what we're going to do next. So this is our row number 2, so let's keep on working. Okay, yeah, I've just completed my row number 2, and of course I ended here with a cluster. Okay, we're going to begin our third row, chain 1 and turn, and from here we're going to begin our decreases. Okay, so into that same stitch, make your first single crochet, and now we're going to be making some decreases. Okay, so into these 2 stitches you're going to make a decrease. So to make a decrease, insert your hook, yarn over into the next stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull off 3 loops. Okay, and now you just continue making normal single crochet, and always count your stitches. Okay, so yeah, I have 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. I need to mark my first stitch, so just keep on making one single crochet, and when we get here, we have 2 stitches left here, we're also going to make a decrease at this end here, so just keep on working. Okay, and once we get at the end of this row, we have 2 stitches left here. We're going to make our reduction in those 2 stitches. So insert your hook, yarn over, you have 2 loops on your hook, into the last one, insert your hook, yarn over, you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3 stitches. This is how we make our decrease. So take off your stitch marker and slip stitch. And we are done with this row. And as I said, you should always count your stitches, and you should always have an even number. Now this is the instruction. After this row you make your cluster row, and after that you make your single crochet row, and you always reduce in the single crochet row. You should always reduce at the beginning of the row and at the end of the row. So you reduce until you have a total of 36 stitches. When you have 36 stitches, just stop reducing, and we're going to build the length for our baby's leg from the 36 stitches. And let me just give you the measurement of how it looks like here. So from here to here, it was our first row. So from here to here, yep, we did a total of 11 centimeters. Okay, and you see what we do to give that beautiful finishing. So work, and when you have 11 centimeters, just stop there, and I'll meet you there, and I'll teach you how to make this ribbon. Now this ribbon is really very easy and practical. Okay, and as I said, this is a single crochet row. After this will be a cluster, and just keep on working. After the cluster row, it will be a single crochet row. Reduce in the beginning and the end, and make sure that you end up with 36 stitches. Let it be a single let it be an even number. And one more thing I wanted to mention, do not forget that in the cluster row, if you start with a single crochet, you should end with a cluster. So keep on working and make sure you work me to the end, and together we're going to see the end result. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, and we're going to come back on this, but let's first do the sleeves first. Okay, very important. So we're going to begin working our sleeves here. Now remember the number of stitches that we had here, we're going to maintain the same number of stitches. Okay, so you remember here in the bottom here we did chain 1, and of course I'm continuing working with the same hook. I've not changed it. So in this corner here where we joined our sleeve, you remember this corner here, insert your hook there. Okay, and bring in your yarn, and you want to attach your yarn to your work. Just attach it like this, attach it, and bring that chain in front, and you want to chain 1. And one more thing, make sure that this last row should be the row of clusters. Very important. Okay, make sure that this row be the row of clusters. So chain 1. Now into that same stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, don't pull it off, just wait here. You remember here we did a chain 1, right? So we don't want to make any increase here. We want to maintain that 1 stitch. So you want to insert your hook into that space, insert it, yarn over, wait here, come over into this other joining corner space here, come over to this other joining corner space here, insert your hook there, yarn over, and you have 4 loops on your hook. Just pull off 4. Good. This will give us but 1 loop. And now next, on the next chain, make a single crochet. Make sure you're counting this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just keep on making single crochet all through, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, and make sure you count your stitches. So keep on working. Good. And once you get into that first stitch that we did, insert your hook and make a slip stitch. And at the end of this row you have a total of 32 stitches. Okay, 32 stitches. And on this side also we also have a total of 32 stitches. So you need to have the same exact stitches on both ends, on both arms. So now to begin row number 2, chain 1, and we're just going to repeat our pattern. Okay, and turn your work, and to that stitch make your single crochet. You have to start with a single crochet. Mark that single crochet stitch, very important, mark it, set your stitch marker, And now next, make your pattern. Okay, just make your pattern. A cluster. Make a single crochet. Another. Make a cluster. Make a single crochet. Okay, now just repeat making this and I'll meet at the end of this row. Make sure you work with me to the end, okay? And then take off a stitch marker and make a slip stitch. Chain 1 and turn. And just going to repeat the pattern. Make a single crochet. 1, 2, put by your stitch marker, and make sure you always count your stitches. And make sure you always count your stitches, okay? So you must have the same stitches all over. Okay? And make sure you go with me to the end so that we can see what it looks like. This is a very cute and wonderful project. And of course, you're just going to repeat this over and over, over and over. So this row of single crochet, after this row of single crochet, you just continue with your pattern, the cluster, and continue making. So you just continue making the cluster row and the single crochet row, and keep on working until you have a length of approximately 23 centimeters. And after that, I'll meet you there. We're going to make the ribbon together. I'll teach you how to do it. Okay, so keep on working and make sure you work with me to the end. Okay. Okay, here we are. We have completed the length and we have the required length that we needed, just exactly as I showed you in the beginning, and I want to believe that you respected the size. It gives us 23 centimeters, which is 9 inches. So I want to show you now how you're going to make this part. Yep, don't bother, we are progressing. Okay, I made this I achieved this result with this doing the slip stitch. I mean, this is so cute. So let me teach you how to make this. So in the same stitch where we fasten off a yarn, I still have my tail here. So you're just going to insert your hook, and oops, I'll change my hook to a smaller size hook. I'll continue with this, the 3. Yeah, I'll continue with this hook. Is this hook that I used to achieve this result? Okay, I want to use a smaller size hook. So into that same stitch where we fasten off a yarn, we're going to insert a hook and bring in your yarn, bring the tail in front. You can bring both tails as well. Yeah, and now chain 1, and into that same stitch you're going to make a single crochet, into the next stitch make. So this is going to be our single crochet row. And once we have completed, I'm going to take off a stitch marker and insert a hook into that same stitch and make a slip stitch. Here we are, we have completed this row. And next, now to make this our ribbon, this part now we're going to chain 14. Okay, chain 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 chains. And now once we have our 14 chains, from the second chain from our hook, we're going to begin a slip stitch. So insert your hook, yarn over, and puff. This is a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, and if you care, I think it's good to mark that stitch. Though that feels, just insert your stitch marker. Just put it there. Like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So you should have 13 stitches at the end of this row number 1. Okay, and now you come below here into these 2 stitches and you make a slip stitch. So into the first, insert your hook, yarn over and make a slip stitch. Into the second, make a slip stitch. And now you want to turn your work and you'll be working now from the back loops only. Okay, working just from the back loops. This is the first below here. Insert your hook, working from the back loop and make a slip stitch. Make sure you count your stitches. You must have 13 at the end of this row number 2. Working from the back loop, number 2. Working from the back loop, make number 3. Working from the back loop, make number 4. Working from the back loop, make number 5, 11, 12. Take off the stitch marker and look for that back loop, use it here and make the last one number 13. And at the end of this row number 2 also, you should also have 13 stitches. Now to begin row number 3, chain 1, and this is the only thing you're going to be making, and this is how you're going to always begin a row. You chain 1 and you turn, and of course we're going to continue working only in the back loops. So there's the back loop, make the first single slip stitch, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. The last one here, 13. And this is what you can see, yeah. And in the next 2 stitches here, make a slip stitch. First and the second. And see the results, right? It really looks exactly like what I just showed you here. And now you want to turn your work. And working just in the back loop, okay? Let's make a slip stitch. The truth is, this pattern demands a lot of patience, a lot of concentration, but the result is wonderful. It gives us that needle look. I mean, the vibe is just awesome. And don't forget to count your stitches. I mean, this is just so important. I just put my stitch marker here for you to help me because the chain 1 kind of camouflages with that first stitch. I really don't want to miss my stitch. I told you to do the same. And when you come here, make the last one. Super. You see, the length is the same. You chain 1, turn, and turn, And this is the only thing we're going to be making of it, okay, until we have required. And always work just on the back loop. So you look for your back loop and make your first slip stitch, make the second. I must have the same exact number of stitches, very important. And now you want to mark that first stitch, mark it, it's very important though. Good. And you know the pattern now, you're just going to repeat this all through, okay. When you get down here, you make a slip stitch in 2 stitches and you turn and you just repeat this sequence. Always chain 1 before you start the row on this other line. And remember, we're working just in the back loops, just in the back loops, and keep on working. And once you're done, we are going to make to sew in our ends, and of course we're going to have something like this. This is fantastic, okay. So keep on working. As just as I promised you, I said I'll meet you at the end of this row, and I mean this is good. This is so cute. We can use this same exact stitch to make a hat. Yeah, just that you demand a lot of time. But if you have a chunky yard, you can actually do that. So I went ahead and fastened off my yarn, and I've really inserted my needle, just as you can see. When you want to fasten off your yarn, allow a good amount of yarn so that you can weave in. We can join the both ends, okay. So you want to insert the needle inside, just chain it inside, and let it come, let it find its way here. Insert your needle here, just okay. This front loop, we can call it the front loop, and look for that loop this way, and make sure you're sewing stitch into stitch, okay. And when you get at this end here, sew it and secure that end. And you want to really make sure that you are sewing stitch into stitch, very important. And you can see, and voila. And this is the result. I mean, this is so cute. Okay, and I mean, this is just so cute. And I've attained the length that I desired, exactly as I showed you earlier, 11 centimeters on this side. So we had 11 centimeters also. So you need to make sure that both legs are the same, okay. And you also need to make sure that you have the same number of stitches around, okay, the same number of close-up stitches, and you should end with a single crochet row, okay. End with a single crochet row this time around. We're going to begin doing the ribbon part, and we're going to chain 14. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 and 14. And it's just exactly as I taught you here, okay. What we did in the sleeves here is just the same thing. I just wanted to give you a little recap, okay. So from that second chain from your hook, we're going to make our slip stitch. So insert your another, go through. That's the first slip stitch, and I think it's good to mark, just mark the stitch. And now let's continue. That's the first, the second, the third, and the last one here, the 13. So you should have 13 single crochet, right? You know that already. And come below here into these 2 stitches and make your slip stitch. So slip stitch in the first and slip stitch in the second, and you turn your work, and you can see that it is just a repeat of what we did here, right? So, and of course we are working just in the back loops, right? So make the first, the second, number 2, number 3, and take off your stitch marker, and 13. Good. Now chain 1 and turn your work, and you're just going to just repeat the sequence, okay. This one, That's 2, that's 3, and you always want to mark that first stitch. You're just going to repeat this sequence, and once you come down you make a slip stitch in these 2 stitches you join, and you just repeat, and we're just going to repeat this sequence and do exactly what we did on the slips here, okay? And once you get when you finish it, don't forget to sew. Just at the end you should sew it as you did the sewing here, okay? So once you're done with this, go ahead and sew both ends just as I taught you on what we did on the sleeves, and I'll meet you here and we're going to work the neck there, and we're going to work the hoodie part here, okay? So finish, so just finish working this part and I'll meet you here. So make sure you work with me till the end, okay? And if you have any question, don't hesitate to write me, okay? So keep on working. And wow, this is so cute. I just went ahead and completed both legs. I mean, this is fantastic. Don't bother, I'll give you the final measurements at the end, and you see I went ahead and sewed in just as I showed you what we did on the sleeves here, okay? So it's just the same thing. Now next we're going to work, oh my god, this is so cute. Now next we're going to work here, we're going to do the hoodie part. Yeah, so just inside here where we stop, we're just going to of course I'll switch back to my normal size hook, and just insert your hook into that stitch where we, yeah, just insert your hook there, and you want to connect your yarn on the side. And chain 1, and this is going to be our single crochet row, okay? So we're going to make a single crochet row, and in this row also we're going to make an increase, okay? So into that same stitch, make your first single crochet, into your tail, into the second, walk along with your tail, okay? Single crochet, to the next single crochet, just keep on making single crochet, single crochet, and we're just going to repeat making single crochet. And when I meet you here, I'll meet you here in this back, this our 2 corners behind here, and we're going to make our increase here, okay? You can see where we behind here where we have our both corners, right? This corner and this corner. So just keep on working, and once you get here into this corner here, you can see we are at the back here, right? So into this first corner here in the back, make 3 single crochet in that same space. So 1, 2, and 3, and just keep on making, and just continue making single crochet. And once you get here in this second corner, we're going to make 3 single crochet into that space. 1, 2, and 3. And now we're just going to continue making single crochet. Okay, you can see we've just completed this, and now next on next row, chain 1 and turn. And remember here we did our single crochet. Remember what we did here, we're going to repeat it here, okay? So turn, I'm going to make our 5 single crochet in the back loops, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now just continue with your pattern, a cluster and single crochet, a single crochet, cluster, single crochet. Now you're just going to repeat this, and once you get at the end here, you also make your 5 single crochet in the back loops, okay? And we're going to begin row number 3 together, okay? So just complete this row and I'll meet you at the end here. Okay, I just completed my row, my cluster row, and we're going to begin the next row. Chain 1 and turn your work, and of course we're still going to make our 5 single crochet back loop. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and we're just going to make our single crochet. This is our single crochet row, and this time around no increase. Okay, so just make single crochet all through this row, and when you get at this end here, you make your 5 loops, you make your 5 loops back, you make your 5 single crochet back loops, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. We're going to begin next row together. Okay, make sure you work me to the end. Don't bother, we're almost at the end of this project. I know it has been a long one, so, but the result is just perfect. Okay, I'm at the end of my row, and we're going to begin our next row, and this time around we're going to make something different. Okay, so instead of making 5 back loops single crochet, now we're going to make 7 back loops single crochet. 7. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and this is our cluster row. I'm going to make a cluster. I'm going to make a cluster, a single crochet, and keep on working, and I'll meet you here to tell you what I meant. Okay, so just keep on working. I'm going to correct. I'll teach you what to do when we get here. I have my 7 stitches left, and I'll just make my single crochet back loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the last one, and 7. Chain 1 and turn. You can see it's giving already, and now we're going to make 7 back loop single crochet. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and of course it is our single crochet row. It's about to rain though, so just keep on making single crochet, and I'll meet you at the end to give you the last instruction. Okay, oh wow, it's so good. Now I just completed this row. Chain 1, and here of course we're going to make something new, and from here we're just going to repeat this until we have the length that we need for our baby's hoodie. So now instead of 7 single crochet, we're going to make 9 single crochet. Okay, so let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That's 1, 9. So we're going to repeat this until we have the length that we need for our baby's hoodie. Okay, so it's our cluster row. We'll make a cluster. I'll make our single crochet. Go. And we're just going to repeat this or fill this row. Once we get here at the end here, we make 9 single crochet in the back loops, and repeat making 9 single crochet now from henceforth until we have the normal the desired length. Okay, yeah, we are at 3 centimeters. I'll need approximately around 20 to 21 centimeters. Okay, so yep, around this length. So just keep on working, and I'll meet you to give you the final size, the final length. Okay, make sure work me to the end, and together we're going to see the end result. Okay, so just keep on working. And I already completed the length. Okay, and as I told you earlier, we'll be doing a total of 21 centimeters. So counting from the single crochet row where we joined, and yes, here we have, of course, we have our 21 centimeters, and we're going to just weave in both ends. So I already fastened up my yarn. And from here we're going to be doing some sewing. So you want to bring both ends like this. So let's just align our stitches, and we're going to sew in stitch into stitch. So you want to bring in that stitch into this first, cut both loops and sew into both loops. Cut both loops, cut both loops, and come this way and cut both loops. Make sure and come this way, cut both loops, and come this way, cut both loops. Almost at the end. Wow, this is wonderful, and you see it gives us this beautiful look. This is so cute. Let me know what you think about this tutorial in the comment section below, and by the time we put on button, it's going to give us something like this. We have the hoodie here. Now I'm going to teach you how to put your button. So now when you want to place your buttonholes, you need to make sure that your dress is well flat. I mean, this well placed on the table like this. Okay, well placed, and you need to make sure that the stitches align together. Okay, always align them. Make sure you can see the clusters goes into clusters. They need to align. You can see 1, 2, 3 into the first button. Here we have a button 1, 2, 3. Let me take it off so you can see what I'm saying. You see, so if you check here 1, 2, 3, I have 1, 2, 3. I have my buttonhole space, and after I have 1, 2, 3, 4. My button space 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to sew it in here. So I'll just place it like this. So place it into the single. Just so. I want to secure it too. Okay. So you see that the stitch is really aligned. Good job. So you see that the stitch is really aligned together, right? I prefer a big button because okay. So I'll just continue, and I'll put the third, I'll put the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth, and I wanted to just mention that it took me let me say 150 grams of yarn, and from the last, this just all was left out of the 150. I mean, so it is really yarn consuming, so you need to prepare a good amount of yarn, but I promise you the result is worth it. I mean, this is just an amazing jumpsuit for a baby 0 to 3 months. Let me know what you think about this tutorial in the comment section below. Thank you so much for working with me. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and if you're new to my channel, do subscribe. And a big thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you so very much. Thank you for your love. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for your lovely comments, and your lovely comments keep bringing me back here. Don't forget to write in the comment section below what you want us to write to work on next time. Okay, so till then, I'll see you into the next tutorial. God bless you, God keep you, stay safe, stay tuned. Shalom.